Fantastic. So thanks, Libov. Thanks for joining in. I hope I got your name right. So the first time we're meeting. So thank you for jumping on this call.
Yeah, you're highly welcome.
Fantastic. So this is our first conversation that we're having. Just want to make this space, like reiterate that this is a safe space. Whatever you share will remain confidential, and whoever is also on the call at any point of time, we can recording this at any point of time. If you feel that this is not something that you want to go ahead and place it on record, I'd be happy to remove it off record. And all your thoughts, feelings, emotions are valid in this place. And at any point of time, if you feel not ready for answering certain things, you can just let me know, and I'd be happy to move away from that place and let you share and feel whatever you want to feel. Yeah. So do let me know when we're good to start and with what topic you want to start off today.
I want to start with topic of multitasking
Mm-hmm.
because I have multiple passions, and I don't know how to set priorities and how to achieve what I want to achieve in all of them. So I'm an English teacher for more than 10 years. I really like writing. I'm an author of motivational book. I like writing poetry. I'm into coaching, so I'm taking those first steps to become a coach. Yeah, and I have my page where I share some words of wisdom, and I sometimes I feel myself I running in all different directions, and I can't stay focused on one thing, and it seems like I want to achieve this one. I put my energy here, and then I feel like my energy is leaking because I don't yeah, I can't choose the right direction.
Yeah, I hear you. So I heard you share that you are into multiple passions that, and sometimes it feels like you're running in different directions, your energy is leaking. Okay. So when you share overwhelming, anything else that's also coming in as a feeling that you're able to process right now?
The feeling I'm overwhelmed because I don't have those resources, I set myself very high bar, and sometimes I feel sad because I can't follow with that. For example, I set working out goal for myself recently. It worked smoothly 1 week, and then I get sick a little bit, and I'm still recovering from that. And I feel bad and sad that I can't keep up with that goal, I don't give myself enough credit maybe, or enough space to I'm a goal getter. I want to set goals. I get to this goal, I achieved it, and I can't sit, relax, and praise myself. I set another goal, this energy, I'm in my masculine energy when it comes to achieving something,
So I can sense that passion when you're talking about multiple things, and also sense this, this energy around achieving certain goals that you set for yourself. And I also heard you share when that doesn't get, you know, hit, then you are feeling bad or sad. And I also heard you share overwhelmed. So when you share all of this with me right now, where in your body do you feel the sensations?
More in my chest space, because it's my soul desires, I always felt that I want to make a contribution to humankind. I have big goals. I want to help people, to change their lives for better, but I should be consistent to achieve that, because if I will but some days I think, why can't I allow myself to be all of that? Don't define one direction, but maybe focus on one at a time, and that will help me when I reach certain certain point in that direction, maybe I can then pursue another one. Like I shared the words of wisdom with like my following. I told that like you can't go to Paris and come to London at the same time. Like I know that I had that knowledge, but I can't like take it into put it into actions actually.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm. I hear you. So yeah, anything else?
Yeah, I guess that's it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And now that you have shared all of this, how would you like us to, proceed in this conversation today?
I'm not an easy coachee, I'm a challenging one. Because I have a lot of these aspects. It's like all different issues, but maybe you can highlight what we are going to focus on today.
Mm-hmm.
I guess multitasking, like that
Mm-hmm.
I'm a multitasker, how to um, define, set the priorities, and don't leak your energy away.
Mm-hmm. So you're a multitasker. You don't want to leak your energy and then focus space. So anything else that you feel is important for us to explore today?
There are a lot of topics, but I guess this one we should like choose one,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
choose one to focus on, because like if we will focus on all of that, we won't resolve any.
Mm-hmm. So when you feel you've resolved this space, how would it look like?
Sorry, I didn't get it.
So you said you want to work with the space of not leaking energy and the space of prioritization. So when you achieve that, how would that look like for you?
Oh, okay, thank you. Mm. I guess that I will give myself enough space to explore and to let me be, want all this stuff, but not rushing in all different directions, just focusing on one. It's like a travel destination, because I'm into traveling, like it's travel destination. This year I'm traveling to Paris, next year I'm traveling to Amsterdam, the next year I'm traveling to Tokyo, for example. And I'm focusing on like saving money and planning that particular journey, instead of like watching like different directions and different offers and not taking like that steps. I guess the problem is deeper, that I see the vision, I know where I want to be at, but I don't know how to put it like into action, how to create those small steps to get there.
I hear you share that uh, enabling these small steps of action would be of benefit for you. Mhm. Anything else that you'd say as a takeaway from this session?
I want to, if it will be possible, to dig deeper to the real reason why it's so difficult for me to make a choice, because I guess problem is there. Like I can't prioritize, so I can't make a choice. I feel myself safe not making a choice.
Mm-hmm. So I see you smile with that when you share that statement. Just curious, when you say you feel safe, how does it feel like?
Maybe I guess if I dig deeper to the core of this issue, I will realize that maybe if we make a choice, the thing that is following, it's responsibility. It's like we are committed to that, like, and we say no to all other opportunities. Like to telling yes to one thing, we should tell no to the rest. And like maybe I like this feeling to have this like choice, because I like my freedom and I feel myself free when I have like choices, when I can decide like today I want to do that, tomorrow I want like to write a poem. I'm quite creative person, and we hate routine, something like not stability, but something that we should do like on a regular basis, you know, like day to day, like the same stuff. Like it's like ultimate turn off for for creative people. Maybe not only for me, but like for other people too. I can't tell for everyone, but like it's my assumption about creative people, you know.
So I could sense that you were sharing from a space of very high energy, and then you thought about some of these aspects quite intensely. When you shared all of this in terms of, it being a turn off around creativity, routine being a turn off around creativity, freedom, commitment. When you hear these words that I'm playing it back to you, how does it land on you?
Like I don't understand. I want to find out how can I be committed to something, but still be free, you know, at the same time. Is it like possible for me to find that balance?
Mm-hmm. So, what's your first thoughts? Is it possible for you to find the balance?
I guess I'm doing much better than my younger self, and I highly believe that like life is a path of growing, of evolving, of like healing journey is never endless, you know. And I just want to learn how to keep exploring, keep uplifting, keep growing, but still don't forget to be present in the moment and balance like your all spheres of life gracefully.
So, I heard you share about the balance aspect. And what color would you associate balance with?
Blue, I guess, blue. It's like
Mm.
water when it's calm, you know, when it's transparent, because when it's calm, it's transparent. So I can see clearly when everything is in balance.
Mhm, mhm. And what color do you see now?
Now I see like dark blue. It's like maybe before the storm, you know.
Mm-hmm,
It's
mm-hmm,
like darker and like a little bit foggy outside, and I can't see clearly.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Where are you right now when you're seeing this?
Sorry?
So where are you now when you're seeing this? That it's foggy, there's a storm.
In the middle of the storm, smiling,
Mm-hmm,
having faith that I will figure things out. And maybe figuring things out actually means don't try to figure things out. To stay
mm-hmm,
calm in the middle of the storm, and storm eventually will pass, you know, and then I will stay, and then everything will be more clear.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And in today's conversational context, how does this storm fit into place?
I guess like storm, it's a catalyzer
Mm-hmm,
to look at your life and yourself from a very new perspective, from your higher self, you know?
mm-hmm, mm-hmm. So I heard you. Can I bring an observation here? Mhm. So I heard you share I did much better than my younger self. And then, now I hear you share that identification about a higher self. So what would the higher self tell you, or what would the higher self tell the younger self?
Higher self will tell younger self that it is very proud that my younger self, that it took that leap of faith and like that didn't let life's difficulties to break her down, you know. And maybe like and here comes an understanding that all our life challenges, they are not for nothing. Maybe like my survival instruction will help a lot of people around the world, because like when we think about those like leaders, they went through hell and back before they can lead others, you know, to the light. So I guess what my higher self would tell my younger self, that it was not for nothing, you know. It was worth the struggle, you know, and that struggles, that difficulties made us for who we are now, you know. Without struggle, there is no growth, you know.
Mm-hmm. So without struggle, there's no growth. Mm.
We shouldn't always struggle to grow, but like that struggles made us, you know.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm. Yeah, I see you smiling. What's
Yeah, I'm
happening?
smiling. I'm smiling because, like, you know, I just know what I've been through in life, and I'm smiling because, you know, when you're smiling, when you face some difficulties in life, and it was like days, weeks, months, years, you were not smiling, like you didn't want to go off the bed. Your smile has like a new value for you, you know, and you try to smile. I'm smiling now, maybe because like uh, I'm sharing something I'm vulnerable now, and I'm sharing something like very freely about my emotions, you know, and I wasn't able to do that in my childhood. I wasn't able to take off a word out of my mouth. I wouldn't able to let my emotions flow, you know, because maybe my environment wasn't reciprocative to someone emotional, to someone expressive, to someone creative, you know. And now, like, I'm at the point, and at the point of my life, and I can like, I opened my throat chakra, and like it's flowing, you know, emotions like my smiles and all that stuff. It's not like I'm distracting myself from stuff smiling. It's just I'm celebrating that I can openly share in front of other people, you know?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I'd also like to acknowledge you for your vulnerability and sharing. And I could also hear this creative space come quite often in our conversation so far. And you also shared that commitment and action items that you would like to walk away with, and also like go deeper. I just wanted to check which one are do you want to explore deeper, or how are we also on the exploration?
So sorry, I didn't get it.
So maybe I will repeat. So what I was able to sense is that you wanted to sort of get into the whole commitment space, get to some action items. And then I also heard you share about going deeper and understanding the why this may not happen. So I just am checking with you as to which thread are we exploring today. That would be of benefit for you.
Yes, we are exploring commitment issues, like
Mm-hmm.
why I am afraid to commit wholly to something. Or
Mm-hmm.
maybe like maybe my solution isn't to commit to something wholly. Maybe my solution is like to let myself just be, you know, and like take those opportunities, take those leaps of faith, and like see where they will bring me, you know. Because I always like, I was the happiest person alive when I found out my life mission, like my purpose. Because for me, like I sense that neediness to have it in my life, because I don't feel happy when I don't have purpose. When my purpose should scare me, you know, my purpose should be bigger than my life, you know. I want to make a print on earth, like, and so like some people call me crazy, and I don't like, maybe you hear the first people who like hear that, because like I don't feel so open to share my thoughts and my desires, because like people in my surrounding like don't get me, you know. And I guess a lot of people faced that when they wanted like to take that leap of faith, and their surrounding didn't support them, you know, and they like took that leap of faith and did it anyway, you know. And maybe like, you know, we are one step away from from what we like desire, you know, what we crave. And maybe I guess it's not like commitment issues, it's that like I didn't believe that I can do that, you know, that I actually can, because there are so many limits in society, in our families, in our surroundings, like we are limited by our own belief system, and we just think that, oh, we are not able, we are not capable, so we just quit. And quit, maybe commitment issue, it comes from that maybe fears and not feeling like that you are good enough for that, or you can do that, or like you are unique, you think differently, and maybe that like that can, like, you know, be helpful. Because I was always like bullied all my life, in all my surroundings, and I just step aside from common, like from like not society wholly, but like from my community and from my like people around me. Like I go that hermit mode for now, because I don't feel that I feel free, like, and open to share my visions and my thoughts, because like society and like people are not reciprocative, because like I think out of the box, and whenever I come to connect with people, I'm like judged, and I sense that energy, you know. I don't feel that my energy is reciprocated, that my thoughts are appreciated. And I quitted a lot of job places because of that, because I brought something new, innovative, like vision, and like people were not able to accept that. And like I took that responsibility, that like it's not something I can do about. So the best thing I can do, wish them well, wish them all the best, respect their way of thinking, and like go do my thing in my own way, you know, even if it's not supported.
I hear you. I can see that there are a lot of emotions that you went through, and a lot of processing that also happened. Can you also share what are some of your current thoughts after you've shared all of this? How do you feel? What are your thoughts? Whichever you want to answer.
I feel like I overshared, and you definitely sense that. I overshared because like I didn't have like where to get off those emotions. Like I like have my social media pages where I share my thoughts. Like I found this way of letting it go, you know. But most of all, like I didn't have that like space that I can be actually heard, not just talk, you know, like, and some people on social media will come across and listen to me, but like actually that like I see a person, I tell stuff, you know, and like I'm releasing those suppressed maybe emotions, you know.
Mhm, mhm. And how does it feel to be heard?
I was the only person, I was that person, you know, I was that person who was there for people. I was that person who were listening. I was that person who like getting people what they feel, what they think, what they are about, what are their dreams are. And all my life I dreamed about a person like that can get me the same, you know, and I've never had that person. That's why I decided to have this life mission, you know, to have like to go into coaching, to take that leap of faith, and like, you know, and to create that safe space for other people, to be there for people. Like so no one was there for me, so I decided I will be there for people, and I will be that person that I needed, like, you know, in my childhood, in my on my way, you know. And I never met that person. I became that person for myself first, you know, and then I want to be there for people. But it feels good. It feels good that like that you actually someone, you know, is willing to not just listen to respond, but listen to understand, and like create that vulnerable space that you can actually like open your mouth and like let it flow like rivers from you, you know.
Mhm. Mhm. So what has flown in the last 20-25 minutes for you?
You know, I just feel like in my heart space, in my like chest space, I feel like that, you know, that like when we have a dam, like we don't let water like go, you know, and when you like just do that, when everything is blown, you know, blown up, and like that river, that water, a big amount of water that was stored for years, and that place, it just flowing, you know, and it can like crash everything on its way, uh, but then it will come down, you know, and like I feel the same, like this water is like I did it for myself a little bit like earlier. I let these emotions to go to flow, but like there is some spaces that I wasn't able to do that for myself, because actually like we need people, like we can't do everything on our own. We can't like complete we can heal ourselves, our wounds, our traumas, but like there are some healing we do in relationship to others people, you know, and that was lacking, that piece of like was of a puzzle was lacking, and I didn't plan to participate in this session, you know, and like I just grabbed my phone and like go outside. Like I thought I will like spend my time on nature to recharge my batteries and to hear this session from my phone, you know, like camera isn't working, but it's not a big deal. I'm not willing to participate. And I thought that like it's pre-booked and person like it was arranged who will be your coachee. I feel myself quite, you know, at ease and relaxed, and like, and that what I had asked, I told you before, that I really like helping and supporting people. And I sense that you are a little bit like, you know, you thought like that it will be easy for you to have your volunteer, but it went up like not as you expected. And I know that feeling. I can resonate with that feeling. So I just want to jump in and like not save you, but like support, you know, like in a good, mature, like way.
Yeah, thank you for volunteering once again. I could sense that feeling of contribution, empathy, freedom, uh, also come in to this space when you volunteered. How does that help you overall in life? The space of contributing. I also heard you share purpose.
I feel very happy because like early in my life, I was very selfless. Now I'm learning how to set some boundaries and like contribute from a healthy space. Yes, not like overdoing, overgiving, just like setting some boundaries and like and it always like to contribute in those things that really will be appreciated. You know, not just for everyone. Like and like just to make people take my help. You know, like I don't do that anymore, you know, but it makes me feel like that I make my contribution to someone's happiness. And if we will look at humankind, like from a spiritual perspective, we are all connected. Like our souls are connected, you know, and like it's not like I want everything for myself, like I want this material goods or I want this like to myself, like keep to myself. No, like the perspective is different. Like I give to you, it means that I give to myself, like I make you happy, so my soul is happy too. Like we eventually, me contributing to your growth, me growing myself, me contributing to your success, making me successful in like, you know, in that meaning. And like creating this supportive space for you created this for me, because like I was helping you, yes, like I volunteered, but eventually I end up helping me because it helped me. I had free session, you know, and I had this space to be vulnerable, so I won. It's like a win-win stuff, you know.
Mhm. So how are you feeling right now when you think of this win-win space?
I'm feeling free. I'm feeling that I am at the right place at right time, and life will always give us like that call, like your your stuff, your part is just to answer the call, and then the whole universe will help you to go to your goal if you are stepping into your purpose. I told already that I was an English teacher for 10 plus years. I put a lot of effort, large effort. I was doing like my social media. I was like having like extra lessons. I was teaching at school. Like I was contributing and like I was doing. But I never felt like actually I'm getting something from that. I was just giving and giving, and I didn't feel that I'm doing enough because like I wanted to reach more people and help more people, and I was limited just by my school, by my students, by my page on social media. So I just wanted to find something that can help me to step into my mission more, to create like to reach more people, to help more people. And coaching is amazing for doing that because and another lesson, it was no for nothing because me knowing English opens me this opportunity today. If I if I never learn it, how can I be able to communicate, to be present? So even if we change our jobs, if we like think, oh, how can I use my medicine experience, like a medical experience, or like I was like that entrepreneur or executive or like any jobs, a lot of people switch jobs. How can I use it? And it comes like in a most unusual way. How can you use those knowledge like in your new profession? And it's a stepping stone. How like when you are in alignment with your purpose, you understand how actually wonderfully that step after step was like created to put you here.
Mm-hmm. So I heard you share about answering that call. The universe will come through, and all you have to do is show up. So, uh, what do you feel are some of the things that you're taking home from all that has happened in the session?
I'm taking that energy of being connected. I'm taking your big great example, as you mentioned. Like I am a new coach too. I feel good because like I don't feel that like I'm back somewhere. I feel that, oh, like Sunil, am I pronouncing it right? Like
Absolutely.
Sunil, Sunil, like has been on this journey for half a year, no, 1 year and a half. Yeah, and like he's doing great. He's so brave, and 1 year and a half, and he's participating in AFC coaching week, and that's awesome. So I can do the same, like I like it's possible. It made me feel that it's possible. Everything is possible. And my takeaway home is like that I'm inspired. I'm inspired by your example, and I'm inspired like how brave you are, how open you are, that you took that leap of faith. And I hope that like our session will inspire like each and every person in a unique way. Maybe someone resonated with my experience. Maybe someone felt the same emotions. Maybe someone wasn't supported too. And like, and you feel that you're not alone, and it gives you like boost of energy, boost of enthusiasm to keep moving in your life. Or someone felt depressed and he or she saw my wonderful smile, and I told that it was years, like days, weeks that I didn't want to smile. I didn't want to get off the bed. Or maybe his or her relatives, has that issue, and like they seen that like it's possible, there is way out, and like we are inspiring each other in the most amazing way, like we touching each other's soul, and that's so important. And I'm grateful, I'm thankful to God, like to that no one like volunteered, and like I made that leap of faith. I wanted like to help you, and like I decided, like to be bold, and like to be vulnerable. you know, like it's life comes in amazing ways, you know. Sometimes you can't plan life, you can't expect, like you can just be curious about life, and like sometimes let it go and flow and lead you where you belong, you know. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I'm thankful like for your like this example, and for you being here and investing. I've already booked a session with you, and it's very valuable and important that like you open to coach people for free, and it's a win-win again situation, because you gain your hours and people gain their like their support, that way out of their troubles, you know. And that's like that's awesome. This initiative, like that's amazing.
Thank you for that. And just maybe another nudge is how do you like to thank yourself and acknowledge yourself for all the insights, the vulnerability, the space that you've being brave and coming here and sharing.
Sorry, how it feels?
How would you like to acknowledge yourself for this coming into the session, sharing, taking away these insights?
I promised myself to take opportunities. I allowed my inner child to be at the spotlight, not hide, not like shrink your energy, or like just make yourself someone else just for others to be comfortable, you know. Like I gave myself that permission, and I promised, and if I promise, I follow. So I promised myself, and like I follow my promise. And
Hmm.
I guess I'm just like, I guess that I can acknowledge that my inner child is very happy that it's finally seen and it's finally heard, and it's finally allowed to be expressive, you know?
Hmm. And what's the name that you would like to give your inner child?
I just want to, like, I guess, hug my inner child and promise that from this point of my life and to my death, I will follow my heart's desires instead of let others to affect my mind or my vision, or make me feel that I'm not good enough or I limited, because we all are limitless. The only things that limit us, our mindset, and our mindset is formed by like our surrounding and our home situations. But like when we are an adult, we have responsibility, we have choice. Do we have that responsibility, like, or we stay in that kid mentality, like that hurt traumatized kid mentality? And most people can't break themselves free. And the fact that I did it myself without any support, for me, like, and uh, for my inner child, is an extra sign that I'm in a good way, because I can help people who maybe are not able to do that themselves, or don't know that they can do that themselves. You know, I just want to show them how. By example, by like providing that safe space you provided today for me, but by letting them to be vulnerable, you know, but by holding that mirror, so they finally see who they are, and they are capable, you know. They are capable, that they are not limited by anything.
Yeah. So do you feel that we've reached that space where uh, we've reached the end of our conversation together?
Yes, I guess that's the perfect ending, and I'm totally sure that we didn't resolve all the issues, but we shouldn't, you know. We focused on the most important thing in my life, and from what all those passions, like all those passions are connected, because like teaching, helping people, you know, overcome some various troubles, like Writing poems, it's connecting with people's soul. Writing motivational book, it's about helping people too. Being a coach, helping people. Like every and each of these passions, they are related, like to one purpose: to help, to assist, to create that space, to set people's soul on fire, and show them that they can, they can do anything if only they believe in themselves. So I guess that in my case, we resolve the issue because it's not about committing to one thing, it's committing to your heart desire and how you will reach them and with which pace and when. It's not so important. The destination is not so important. The way and people you will meet on that way, it's the most important thing. So I guess we are very smoothly went to the end of our session, and I have a lot of takeaways and good energy and insights.
Yeah, thank you, Libov. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your vulnerability, and I'd be happy to also, take this conversation forward beyond the ICW. Thank you. Yeah, and I just put you off spotlight, and anybody wants to share their questions, their thought process, I'd be happy to listen. And yeah, if you want to also share how Libov inspired you, so I think the stage is also set for that. And I see Farnaz, I think, share in the chat. Thanks, Farnaz. Yeah. Yang has something to share, then yeah. So you can also, I think, also share on the with the video or with audio alongside sharing on the chat. Yeah, I think I don't want you to hurt your fingers or put a lot of pressure on your fingers. All you have to do is just unmute and share. It'll be a lot more easier. Yeah. And any initial thoughts? How did you feel at the beginning of the session to at the end of the session? What were you able to observe? What did you find interesting? What did you find me doing differently from what you would have done? So many questions, right? So I think the most amazing part of a coaching session is also the debrief of the session. For especially a coach, for the client, it is a session itself. So let me read it out. So how do I feel as a coach after? I feel fantastic. I feel the same energy that I had at the beginning of the conversation to now. I don't know if that's the right answer there is, but I think that's how it is. So our many coaching conversations, one of the things, Jiang, is that what I do feel I have developed is that generally I'm with the client 100% during the session. And as soon as the session's over, I am back to who I am. So when I am with the client, I'm just like an energy source. I'm able to sense what the client is sharing and be there for the client. And as soon as the session is over, I'm back to being Sunil, back to being all the other things that I am. And I don't carry the same energy from the client to here. So if I'm giving a biological example, like say a membrane between me and the client. So after the end of the session, when we close the session and said bye, I'm back to being who I am. I don't carry the residue of the session because I haven't had anything get attached to me during the session itself. So I've just, whatever has come to me has been played back to the client. And so nothing sticks to me as the coach. So neither emotionally plus, neither emotionally minus. So I just stay there at that point, and then as soon as the session ends, I'm done. So maybe here, well, additional plus is that, and I'm just thanking Libov because otherwise I had to be the coach, I had to be the client myself. So that was my plan, saying if nobody says yes, then put another fabric on this side, saying if I'm talking from this side, then I'm client. If I'm talking from this side, I'm the coach. So that was my last resort. If nobody had said yes. So I'm very thankful to Vibha for doing this. That's my thoughts right now as an individual. But as a coach, I have neither plus nor minus. I'm nothing. Yeah. Angela, would you like to sort of give some context at the end? Would you have like to do something differently? What context? If you can just like maybe unmute, it'll be a lot more easier. Is that a question for? Yeah. At the end of the session, would I have done something differently? Possibly one thought I had, if I were to really follow the spectrum of, say, submitting this to a coaching conversation like for the ICF, maybe I would have checked in terms of accountability, action steps, and gone a little bit further on that. But I chose consciously not to do that in this session. It was a conscious choice from my end, saying, because the client has opened up so many things and is still in that reflective space. Just so that I hit my markers, I don't want the client to feel that we're rushing towards something, and let that organically appear. Does that answer your question? If yes, then give me a thumbs up. Yeah, fantastic. Thank you. Anything else?
Can I share something, Sunil?
Yes, Ambika, go on.
Yeah, so Sunil, I really like the way you explored the feelings. You
Mhm.
played with the feelings quite long, and which is something very different from, what I do. And I feel
Mhm.
that I lack, in exploring the feelings because I
Mhm.
understand how important it is. And but beyond a point, I feel that, I'm doing more with feelings and avoiding the other things. So maybe, I jump into the solution part. I'm not
Mhm.
sure whether it's right or wrong, but I feel like, whatever goal the client has set, I have to work on that goal also. So I
Mhm.
deviate from feelings and, goals that the client has brought into the
Mhm.
conversation.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
that's something different, and I feel I need to work more on exploring feelings. So yeah, I just wanted to share how I find it different from my side, my
Yeah.
style.
Thank you, Ambika. And I think in terms of all of us, we have our own style. We develop, we're learning. I am also learning with every session that comes along. So that's what makes me excited to jump onto these spaces and say, I'm here, volunteer coach. I'd be happy to experience this, learn from this, learn something completely unique, something different. Um, Even learn some of my blind spots during the conversation. And then yeah, I think also at sometimes feelings are telling us something. They're a representation of some of the needs that the person has, who the person is, what they would like to do, how do they perceive themselves. So they're somewhere very strongly linked to inner storytelling, and that helps client move deeper and forward, exploring that someplace. And I think also in terms of your style, you could also like give it time, and then give it space for it to emerge. Yeah. And I think there were many points. Just give me a minute. There were many points where I could have explored deeper. That colors, the area of smiling before the storm, and then there was some more thoughts around commitment. It started off on a space saying I want to look at my priorities. Then there was always something deeper. And then I realized that there is generally a pattern around the person itself, that they want to go around different topics. So I didn't want to push my agenda saying, hey, you told this, like you better stick to it. Otherwise it's not a coaching call. So whatever appeared in that place was where, the client moved the conversation forward. I was just there, supporting or listening. And there were a lot of deep emotion space that came, like a clearance space. I'm sharing vulnerable, feeling hurt, So I didn't have time to even formulate old questions, wait for it, and then client has already shared something else that I can't use the older question. I have to stay with the client. And if you see overall, my paraphrasing here is almost negligible. Because if I had to paraphrase and bring, then it may not have been the right approach for this client. So you'll have to somewhere like make split-second decisions, whether you accelerate, decelerate, and it's like driving on Bangalore roads. So you accelerate, decelerate, hold back. Yeah. And I think Govind had a question around frameworks. I think this in some way had a little bit of framework, but after some point I was like, I don't think the typical frameworking of 3.1, 3.2, 3.3, 3.4, what would you like to walk away with? How would you know that you've reached there? What's the challenge? Would have made it very formal, and the client may not have got the highest output out of it. And after some point, after many years of coaching, you will move out of that space and get to a place where I think, like she was seeking balance, you will also find a balance between framework and coaching in the moment.
Sunil, I have a question. So when you asked her, where do you feel when you feel overwhelmed in, what part of body you feel it? And then you explored about the colors, the color that you are seeing now, and what color is the clarity color. So I think this question I can ask to Lobo, that how does it help you when you explore it, when you answer it that, I'm feeling this particular feeling in this part of my body, or I'm seeing this color, I want to see that color. So how does it help you as a client?
Thank you for your question. I guess that what happened in my case that Sunil was very observant, and I told him that I'm creative person, that I don't know, it's like my assumption that I feel deeply, like I'm that person, and he used this technique just to make it easier for me as his client to reveal, to let those emotions go. I guess that Sunil has it, his own specialty as a coach. I guess he himself is very in tune with his emotions, and he feels also very deeply, and he's creating himself that allowed him to connect on this deeper level and choose the he told that he wanted to go visit a frame, but I appreciate that he didn't, because I felt that he was adapting to me like a client, and as his client. And for me, it's very professional way, because when you as a coach stick to that frame, you lose your authenticity. And the thing is to find your unique way too, has this knowledge, has these frames, but also adapt these coaching techniques for each and every client personally. And if I hope I answered your question.
Yeah, thank you. And so then how does it help you as a coach to know this, about the color and the body part thing?
No, I think it doesn't need to help the coach. It needs to help the client. So that's why you see me laughing, because it is not something that's helping me. It's helping with the client. So one is the awareness moves from a purely thought orientation to the knowledge of the body. The body also has knowledge. Body is showing you something or enabling you to feel something. I don't know if exactly it comes under somatic awareness, but I think your body is sharing something. The body intelligence is also there. I was just coming from a session with another person, Christopher. He says there are three brains. One is your brain that's here, then there's your heart, then there's your gut. So and every part of your body is in some way giving you some signals in some space. And one point when you ask that question saying how are you feeling, where are you feeling, it also is helping the client see more than just the thought process. So there's like a picture is sort of expanded, and we're able to see from that place. And the colors is something that of the many things that I do, I bring in creativity into coaching. I work with a lot of things, colors, numbers, metaphors, like that space. So I've certainly at some points built my own techniques into how it can still stay relevant with ICF, but move a little bit from the straight line that we are, but still stay within the boundaries of ICF. So I use creative methods for the client to somewhere switch off the logical side of reasoning and get into the creative subconscious wisdom, and just tap there and come back. So it's like that. So and most of the times when I think you also will empathize with this, or you'll resonate with this. If you're really searching for something, you will not find it. You will ask your mom most of the times in Indian families, "Mom, where is this?" And she will come. She will say it's just next to you, right? Sometimes the most craziest of awareness is already there, and you don't know that. So that's an analogy that I like to give. So if we are sort of searching, our thought process is only around that, and sometimes we may not be able to see something that's directly there. So this is some of the processes that we're able to see. Other wisdoms apart from the say the cognitive wisdom.
Yeah, I think it's brilliant. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks, Mom. Yes.
Can I ask my question too, please?
Sure, absolutely.
The big challenge I think that I will face when I actually become a practicing coaching, because I'm like a very sensitive person and I can sense people's emotion even if not present, like physically. And you told that like when the session ends, like you get back to your body, get back to yourself, and you just like release these emotions, these feelings. How you master that ability to do that?
I think
or it wasn't an issue for you.
Why am I laughing is there a very interesting story behind that. So the story is that I come from a software engineering background, and then I was working in a production unit developing software, and then I was handling at any point of time close to 21 modules of work. And my software was always burning. So there was something or the other, there was always a problem. I love multitasking. So I think it's built into a place where it became a strength to not carry something that if I've closed the meeting, I've closed the meeting. I don't carry that meeting into the next meeting. So sometimes we used to have almost like back-to-back spaces. So when I close something, that's completely closed. And when I open something, I'm completely there. And I'm there in that state of flow, like almost instantaneously. There's no need for me to do follow a process. It happens. So for me, it's simple that way. It's almost the body reacts like that. I'm not broken my head saying why is it like that. I've just embraced that this is it. It helps me and I moved. But majorly it's come from that software engineering experience of being able to let go something that just happened and then concentrate on what next. That's yeah. And how can it help you is, I think to somewhere, if you're looking at yourself as a teacher, I think you're a teacher, so I take a teacher-based example. You've written something on the board for today's class, and then at the end of your class, what you do is you rub it off, so that the next teacher, whoever he or she is coming in, has a clean board. That's about it. The simplest of metaphor to explain.
Thank you so much.
Yes. So anything else? I think we're overshot by a minute, but thank you, Libov. Fantastic conversation with you. I think that's maybe a question I think I missed. That Jiang is now put it in the chat. How do you feel now after the session about multitasking and stuff? Possibly, yeah, that would have been Angela. That would have been maybe a question I could have asked. Oh yeah, and after you end the session with even a peer coach, even if you get a brilliant question, you let it go and say, that's a that's what's happened has happened, and you don't go beyond that. But so there are some conversations where you may not hit any of the markers, but the client it's moved fantastic. You have to put it as a +1 in your hour, learn and move. Right. That's amazing. So yeah, I think thank you for your time, all of you today. I will just again just put my WhatsApp details back out there. And it's a little easier because I usually conduct all of my stuff on WhatsApp itself. And I run a community for coaches where we'll do lives like this very similarly. And sometimes I am the observer, sometimes I'm the coach, sometimes we do networking, Q&As, you name it, it's done. And it's completely without any charges. Anybody can just jump in, as long as you're staying politically correct, not sharing anything beyond here. So it's an open forum. We are around 128 coaches strong and growing. So if you would like to jump in, just join in, just write a hi to me, and then I'd be happy to have a chat with you and then put you in on the WhatsApp group. And yeah, I think if you loved the session, if you liked it, you can thank both me and Lubov on LinkedIn, WhatsApp, wherever you would like to thank us. If you learned something, do also share whatever you learned in this session on LinkedIn to your friends, wherever. Yeah, always happy to share. And yeah, Lubov, just checking with you once again, is it okay that this recording can go on YouTube or can be shared with others? You still have the veto button with you. If you say, Sunil, no, I don't want it, it's cool. But if you say it's okay, we're cool with that.
Yes, you can use this session. I hope that it will help you to grow and to evolve and to bring you your clients, your recognition that you for sure deserve.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Yeah. So anybody wants a group picture, we can take one and then close.